Today, I ranked the top 10 returning Big Ten forwards and centers. I post often, so help me grow the channel by subscribing and sharing my content. I hope you enjoy the video. Of course, there's a method. There's always a method. Just a few factors I look at. Look at what they've done in previous years, what their situation is. I look at their trajectory as well, like what is their potential. Lastly, like what their roles are. But when it comes to like which forwards I chose, look at their size. So you won't see guys under 6'7" on this list, like Joe Wieskamp or Aaron Wiggins, even though they're considered small forwards. I only did the bigger wings, the power forwards, and the centers for this. First, let's look at the honorable mention of the guys who barely missed the top 10. First, we have 6'7" EJ Liddell out of Ohio State. Then we have 6'8" Kyle Young, who was also from Ohio State. And then lastly, on the honorable mention list, we have 6'7" Miller Kopp out of Northwestern. Tied at number 10, we have 7-foot Liam Robbins from Minnesota. The transfer from Drake has been ruled immediately eligible, which is big because Daniel Oturu played 34 minutes and shot 13 to 14 times this past season, and he's left early to enter the NBA draft. He's a two-way player, averaging 14 points and 7 rebounds with 3 blocks, and should probably be higher on this list just from a talent, opportunity, and potential standpoint, especially opportunity since the Minnesota front court is pretty much non-existent. But he hasn't had big games against the better non-conference teams when he was at Drake, so it remains to be seen how well he'll do in the Big Ten. But he gets handed the keys right away to fill their absence at the big man position. Also tied at number 10, we have 6'9" TREVION Williams from Purdue. He no longer has Isaac Haas to share time with, but at 270, we'll see how many more minutes he'll be able to play. He'll need to spend a bit of time conditioning to handle the increase in minutes and workload. He's a lot to handle on the block, and when he's on, he's a tough assignment for any defense. Able to go back to the basket using a series of drop steps and baby hooks. He put up around 12 points and almost 8 rebounds per game this past season on efficient shooting. At number 9, we have 6'11" Nate Reuvers out of Wisconsin. He put up 13 points and 4 to 5 rebounds per game. He's a better shooter than what he showed this past season, but he led the Big Ten champion Badgers in scoring to earn him honors on the All-Big Ten team. Due to Wisconsin's slower play style, I'm not sure how much better he'll get due to playing 26 minutes, and then his front court partner Micah Potter, who I believe is a better overall player, who will demand more playing time and touches. At number 8, we have 6'7" Isaiah Livers out of Michigan. He put up 13 points and 4 rebounds this past season and tested the NBA waters before returning. He was a sharpshooter from deep, over 40%, while shooting almost 5 threes per game. Michigan struggled quite a bit when he went down, highlighting his importance to the team. Not quite sure how much he'll improve in his final year. He can get to the line more and be more aggressive off the bounce to be more than just an athlete in transition and shooter from distance. At number 7, we have 6'8" Seth Towns out of Ohio State. He transferred from Harvard, and he's a talented player with an impressive list of accomplishments. Talent-wise, he could possibly be in the top 3 and become an All-Big Ten player, but he's a bit of an unknown right now due to sitting out the last 2 seasons because of a knee injury. So he hasn't played since the 2017-2018 season. In his last season at Harvard, he was named a Lou Henson All-American, AP All-American, honorable mention, and was an Ivy League Player of the Year. He averaged around 16 points and almost 6 rebounds. At number 6, we have 6'10" Micah Potter out of Wisconsin, front court partner of Nate Reuvers. For some odd reason, he only played 17 to 18 minutes per game last year, but I see that changing in the upcoming season. Despite playing less than 20 minutes, he averaged 10 points and 6 rebounds, shooting over 50% from the field, 45% from 3, a dangerous inside-outside threat. His eligibility changed the dynamic for the Badgers. They had a 16-5 record with him playing, 5-5 record without him. I see his minutes and touches drastically increasing this upcoming season, as I mentioned before, so you should see quite a bump in his stats. At number 5, we have 7-foot, 290-pound center KOFI out of Illinois. He had a monster first season, dominating the paint down low, earning Big Ten Freshman Player of the Year honors, averaging around 13 points and 9 rebounds. Some may think he should be higher on this list, but I'm not sure what exactly he would do differently this upcoming year that he didn't do last year. He's closer to his ceiling compared to others on this list, being that he's in his second year and he's already turned 21 years old, older than Jaren Jackson Jr., who was drafted back in 2018. At number 4, we have 6'9" Franz Wagner out of Michigan. Some reporting he's 6'10" now. In my opinion, he's the most versatile defender returning to the Big Ten this season. Despite being one of the youngest freshmen in the league, he was on the All-Big Ten freshman team. I'm high on Franz taking another leap from his 12 points and 6 rebounds per game because he's a really good shooter despite not shooting well in his first year. He ended the year on a tear before the season was shut down, putting up 16 points on 58% shooting and 38% from 3 in his last 7 games. At number 3, we have 6'9" Joey Hauser out of Michigan State. He didn't play this past year due to sitting out, but he was all Big East as a freshman, and I am really high on him based on what he brings to the game. Not only will he be one of the better post players, he'll also be one of the premier shooters in the league. And with the pace of Michigan State, plus the departures of their best shooter and post player, who both happen to be the leading scorers, he fits an immediate need. And we'll have the chance to put up good numbers this year with balanced, inside-out gameplay, as long as, this is the most important part, as long as he's the first or second option on the team. At number 2, we have 6'9" TRAYCE Jackson Davis out of Indiana. He had a great freshman year, was named All-Big Ten, and was named on the All-Big Ten freshman team. Taking under 9 shots per game, he still put up almost 14 points and over 8 rebounds. Efficient from the field and a willing rim protector, being able to alter shots at the rim and average almost 2 blocks per game. A lot of shots have come available due to multiple departures, and a good portion of those shots and those opportunities should be going to TRAYCE Jackson Davis. If his shot attempts increase to 15, even if his points per shot slightly dropped, if you want to get into the analyticals, he averaged around 1.53 shots or 1.53 points per shot. Even if that number dropped even just a little bit, he'll still average around 20 points per game this year. His potential for next year is scary, and that's why he's in this spot. At number 1, unsurprisingly and a shock to absolutely nobody watching this video, is 6'11" LUKA GARZA out of Iowa. He ended up declaring for the NBA draft, but a couple days before the deadline, he decided to return to school, to the delight of Hawkeye fans who honestly thought he was going to forego his senior year. He is the most decorated player returning to not only the Big Ten, but to college basketball. He was the Sporting News National Player of the Year, consensus first team All-American, Big Ten Player of the Year, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award that goes to the top center in the country. He's coming off of a monster year, averaging almost 24 points and 10 rebounds per game, shooting 54% from the field, and able to stretch the defense, shooting around 36% from 3. And his team, Iowa, returns everyone and gets Jordan Bohannon back, looking to make a run for their first Big Ten title since 1979. Here's a quick summary and list of my top 10 list, 1 through 10. Pretty solid group, but please don't be afraid to let me know who you agree or disagree with. You know I love chatting with you guys. Also, let me know if I missed anyone. Bandage can't guard me.